Niggas can't tell me nothing.
The map. When speaking on the map, to be honest, it's kind of like for the people that was there, for the people that got to witness that energy, that togetherness, that sense of culture. For a lot of us, not all of us, but for a lot of us, it's kind of like the holy grail of, not saying where Kansas City dancing, street dancing started, but it's where like you really learned a lot from there. And it was no joke. You couldn't just go to the map and be okay. Like being good wasn't good enough. Being great wasn't great enough. You truly learned and adapted this skin for the culture, this understanding of where that path was gonna lead, or what that path that you were on really meant. Not like today. Not like you go down to the map today, people call a session, a practice, a cipher, whatever, get down at the map, and 95% of the people that show up at the map today do not even dance. They just stay on the sidelines. They go down there for conversation. Not conversation to learn about these dances, but just literally go down there to talk to your homeboy, your homegirl. So back then, there was no talking. People would show up, you would have your boom boxes, you would have your linoleum or cardboard or whatever you want to call it, and you would go down there for one purpose, to get down. But you understood that at some time and point that you would greet people, the cipher would start, then the battles would pop off. And this would go on for like 5-6 hours. And there would be two sides, or maybe not even two sides of like groups. That's the way we used to split it up. You go over there, you go over there. Sometimes it wasn't even that. Sometimes it was just that raw cipher. And then in the cipher, the battle would kick off. Oh, you know, you directed your round at me. Well, let's get it in. You know, it was, you had to earn respect. You went down to the map, or you went to Skateland to get down, to earn that respect, because that respect wasn't given. Just because you showed up doesn't mean that you was gonna get that respect. I mean, you can ask anybody. Sometimes to a lot of people, the map in Skateland was very intimidating. I mean, them ciphers that's what I call the golden years for ciphering, was around that time period, because you went, and if you didn't get in, a couple times I didn't get in my first couple times, and I got made fun of. You know, like you went, and either you were going to be a sideline talker, or you were going to be somebody that represented in the cipher. Now here's the kicker. Just because you represented in the cipher didn't mean that you got respect. And I know people are going to say, well, you dance for self. But back then that wasn't the case. Understand that wasn't the case, because the people that are saying you dance for self now wasn't the people that was dancing back then. And it wasn't just in Kansas City. Kansas City was learning these mindsets from other people in Kansas City that had traveled outside of Kansas City. So the pressure was on. So you had to come with your dopest shit. B-boys had to come with their dopest sets. You know, poppers, you know, as soon as Planet Rock Play at Your Own Risk came on, you had to get busy. And not just busy as in you go and you have a sorry round and people are going to give you props. No, you had to get busy. True headhunters was in the era of the map in Skateland. Because when you went, if you were not dope, whether it be a popper or a b-boy, people was coming after you. Now the flip side to that coin is, even if you were dope, people were still coming out for you. There was no easy props and there was no easy way out or in. You just wasn't gonna get a ticket to walk by. Not in the early stages of Kansas City. I mean, that's as bluntly and as simple as I can put it. The map birthed savages. The map gave birth to animals, to giants, to warriors, to soldiers, to gods in the Kansas City dance. And I know a lot of people are gonna gods or whatever. Don't reach too much. It gave birth to raw fucking talent. Now, it's sad, but the map is just history. The map will never be, no matter who starts it up. I don't give a crap if it's Adonis. And Adonis holds weight in Kansas City. I don't care. The map is dead. So the difference between then and now is you had the birth. Now you witness the death. Sounds dramatic because to some of us it is. That's home, or was home. So mind you, the B-boys had already earned that spot. They legitimately earned that spot. So for us stand-up dancers, or I can comfortably say poppers, when we would show up to these jams, these long hour jams, and be grateful if we got 1 or 2 songs, we didn't take it as disrespect. We took it as we have to earn respect, because that respect was not going to be given because nothing was given to them. So if they earned it, shit, they were going to make us earn it. And yeah, like I've already stated, like, we complained, but we didn't complain as in a sense of going on the internet. We didn't have Facebook or MySpace, blackplanet.com. We didn't have Zanga, whatever, to go home and complain on, to make 30, 40-minute blogs about a complaining thing and hope things would change. We had to show up and show out. We had to let it be known that whether we got music or got your respect, we were gonna dance. We were here to dance. And if it came to the point, which a couple times it did on a couple of situations, where some disrespect or some people getting dissed, we would battle. We would battle. And if you lost, then you show up and you battle again. Then you battle again. Oh, I still don't got your respect? Do me a favor, wait right here. I'll be back. Because when I come back, I'm taking that shit. I'm no longer asking. And that's the way it was. So mind you, when B-boys had that dominant stature, they inflicted that on poppers. And that was dope to me. I'm not complaining. Nobody has complained about that. It taught us so much as a style about what the culture was about. So in all honesty, I, and myself and others, have nothing to say but thank you, because that taught us so much. Mind you, after that period was kind of over, then come like Dier and Lucky and people like, one of the first actual hip hop crews, freestyle crews in Kansas City, which was the New Breeds. And you can ask Dier, Lucky, Corey, people like that, like they didn't get that respect easy. We put them through what we went through, and even El Boogie, people like El Boogie, he was with Rhythm Kings. And his brother was with New Breeds, and he still would give them shit. Not necessarily to the stature or to the degree that we were doing it. And it wasn't we were giving them shit as in I hate you, whatever. We just made them earn their stripes the way we had to earn our stripes when it came to the scene, when it came to the culture. Because mind you, I'll repeat it again, there's no easy props. There's no way around it. You're either gonna earn your respect, earn your props, or you're not. It's that simple. That's back then. When after freestylers got accepted, the hip hop dancers, the New Breeds, and people of, in groups like that, then crumping came. Now, I will say this personally as a popper. Crumpers got hell upon hell because it was a totally different style. It came when B-boys was dope, poppers was dope, freestyles was dope. So it didn't come when people needed it or needed a change. It just came. And it was a change because it was a change of look, a change of style, a change of mindset, or a change, a different way to approach everything. It was hard for Crumpers, just like it was hard for every other style. And you had people like, El Boogie, Dier, I don't remember all their names, and my bad for that. If I seen them, I would know them, like, Lucky and people like that. And they just kept going and kept going. And they didn't complain. They would show up and show out. They would do what I like to call getting down when it was time to get up. They didn't go home and complain. That's the difference. They still attended these jams. And they got down, just like the rest of us had to go through. That's the difference. Now, motherfuckers don't get their favorite dubstep song and they won't come to a jam. They don't get their favorite funk songs or not enough funk songs. They won't support a jam. They don't, Crumpers don't get to battle in a sense that Crumpers are used to. No, you cannot go over there and tell the DJ to stop the music so you can put it on track 7 exactly at 1 minute and 15 seconds to your favorite part so you can get down. No. And Crumpers aren't coming, not all of them, but a lot of Crumpers are not coming and supporting the culture because of this. That's whack. Y'all have to change that mindset. Because if that was the case, nobody would have got accepted. It would still be a B-boy dominant city. And I'm not saying the B-boys are the enemies. B-boys are dope. They're my brothers. Boogie Monsters, Dirty Q-Tips. Mad love and respect for bugging out. Everybody had played their part into making the foundation of this scene so strong that it's not easily shaked. It's just not shaked. Because now it's to the point where, oh, you want to complain? Sit your ass over there. That's where the complainers sit. That's where the people that just complain and not going to do nothing. Sit right there. Monkey said it on his status. Complaining gets you nowhere. So true. Sit your ass over there. The complainers, not Monkey. Sit over there. Because we going to do this. Because this is already built. We don't have to get with you to make this scene pop. It's already right there. So the difference in this topic is we earned respect. We showed up, showed out, and took respect. You think now, not all, that respect should just be given. You think now that respect was just given to everybody else before you. And the sad part about this topic is a lot of times this is what's happening. Cats are not making other cats earn respect. So it's weakening the scene. History is being lost because of this. They show up. You got that respect. They show up. Don't do nothing. Stand on the side and talk. Don't worry. They showed up. You got that respect. It's whack. I'm not saying it has to change. Y'all do what you want to do. I done put in the work. I done put in the work for 10, 20 of you. I don't care. Because my mindset's not going to change. A lot of others' mindset's not going to change. But y'all mindset has to change. The newer generation. The people that hasn't changed yet. And mind you, a lot of the mindset is not just with the newer generation. It's with older cats too that's been in the scene. Stop demanding and thinking that you deserve respect when you're not willing to go through hell to earn respect. And hell doesn't mean an evil thing as what you're thinking. It just means you have to put in that time, that effort. You have to earn respect. Learn and recognize the difference. Okay, so now let's cover this question. Not even a question in a sense, more like a topic. Training with your peers. Then versus now. Okay, I'll try to keep this one short, but I'll try to make it, let's get deep into the rabbit hole, okay? Training with your peers, with your brothers, with those you love, with those that you lend the hand to in need, means so much more than training with everybody. 3 things I like to say, even though I'm holding up 6, 3 things. Training with your crew, your peers. Training with your clique. Training with everybody. I'm not knocking any of these. They're all good. But there is a negative side to not balancing, in my eyes. Disagree if you want. Don't care. Training with your crew back then was everything. It was like an unwritten law that if you did not train with your crew 9 times out of the 10 times you trained, that was breaking the law. The reason why is because you take the crew, okay, and you train with them, and you guys become creative. You guys let creative juices flow and come up with this direction for a crew. Come up with this this motivation for the crew. This sense of we're a team, we're family, which we're much more than a crew. We're gonna practice together, we're gonna eat together, we're gonna study the same tapes, we're gonna study the same music, we're gonna go out and kick it, we're gonna do whatever, go holler at some girls, we're gonna do it together. It built a family. Then when you went to these jams or the map or skate land, you stood together as a crew. Literally on the same side. I'm not saying this is what had to be done, but this is what was done. Dirty Q-Tips stood with Dirty Q-Tips. Bugging Out stood with Bugging Out. Further down the line, Boogie Monsters stood with Boogie Monsters. Rhythm Kings stood with Rhythm Kings. Mind you, yeah, we all be cool, but when it came to a battle, a Boogie Monster is not going to stand on a Rhythm King side, and a Rhythm King is not going to stand on a Boogie Monster side. Not back then. It was a battle. It was your crew versus my crew. Bring your shit because I'm bringing my shit. Now people want to have cliques, but they don't understand what a clique is. A clique is who you just hang with occasionally, or, you know, the Foundry, perfect example. That's a clique. You can go to the Foundry on nights that Leonidas is DJing, and you know who's going to be there. You don't have to call no more. You don't have to text. You don't have to put it on Facebook no more. You know who's going to be there. That's the Foundry clique. You know Fee's ass is always going to be there. You know Zen's ass is always going to be there. Boomer and them. I'm not dissing. I'm just saying that's the Foundry clique. You know these people are going to be there. Now, that's not training. Going out to the Foundry is not training. Stop looking at it like that. That's just one big session. If you guys look at it like that. Most of the time it's just this dance and let all these people, drunk people, run into us and try to act like we own the dance floor or move them out the way, not knowing or forgetting the fact that they did not come to your practice session. You went to a club. So just as much as that's your dance floor, that's their dance floor. It's a clique meeting. Now, before we go into that, real quick, there was cliques back then. Like Bugging Out would train with Dirty Q-Tips, but they would battle each other sometimes. But they would be roasting cats left and right together. Out of town cats come into Bulldog battle. They would roast them together. Now we standing on the same side. That's a clique. They a clique. They all weren't in the same crew, but they were a clique when it was time to be a clique. So mind you, there's nothing wrong with being a clique. Learn the difference though. Now practicing with everybody. Practicing with everybody is dope. Spread culture, spread love, but at the same time it's BS. Reason why it's BS is because you practice with everybody, you train with everybody. So you have a person from Really Kings training with all the Boogie Monsters. You got a person from Dirty Q-Tips training with them. You got a person from Silent Empire training with them. It's, mind you, crews build direction. Let's go back to crews. Crews build direction. It builds motivation. Every dancer is their own individual dancer, and I don't think we look the same at all. But there's secrets within that crew direction. So when you're training with all these other people, then you go to the, you're training with everybody. Then you go to the Cypher Jam or these events, these performances, Foundry even. And you do your stuff and you're not getting no props like that. I wonder why. Go ahead, I'll sit here and think about it. Oh yeah, that's right, because you done trained with everybody and everybody already seen every fucking thing you're doing. That's the difference. Back then we didn't do that. Back then you even had to earn your way to train with different people. When me and Jigs was getting down in Westport, and I'll speak for myself, when I was getting down in Westport and in the map and training with Jigs, training with Borny and Shank and them, and who were a part of Dirty Q-Tips, I just couldn't go train with Barney and Shank. They were dancing before me. I couldn't just go to, the Art Institute where Adonis and them were training. I couldn't do that. I had to earn that respect. And then I got invited to come train. Yeah, come train with us. Now, it's this big open thing where anybody can come train, which is dope. But at the same time, it drops off that level of you have to earn training with certain people. Now, I know a lot of you people might not agree with this, but this is the way it was compared to how it is now. Whether it's right or wrong, you decide. I'm not saying either one. I'm saying the then versus now. That's what this is. So you train with everybody. You let everybody see what you're on. And not only that, you train with everybody. You kind of give them the motive of what, the direction of what your crew's on. So there's no surprises. When they see you, they know what you're going to do. Why do you think everybody's mocking you and mimicking you when they're battling you? Because they know what you're going to do. So maybe it's not, let me say this, it's not unhealthy to train with everybody, but maybe it's not unhealthy to not train with everybody and train with your crew. Now let's get into this. This is something this is a topic I've been wanting to touch on. Words in hip hop that are being slaughtered. Words in hip hop that are being drastically overused to the point where let's have a funeral, let's invite our family and friends, get a Catholic priest, and let's say goodnight. You can even be a Christian priest, I don't care. Say goodnight, you can be a Muslim, I don't care. Good night. It's done. One of these words is dope. I talked about this with my brother Pop. I talked about it with my brother Fam. It is done. Dope in Kansas City does not mean shh at all anymore. Everything is dope. Everything. Example, 2 Styles. Popper goes out there. Has no foundation, no knowledge of what he's doing at all. Seen something on YouTube, decided to go home and practice it and copy every single bit of hat trick and blah blah blah. Comes to a jam, tries to do it, is not on beat at all, and just catches the breakdown. Do 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 do. Crowd goes crazy. Man, that's dope. Nope, it's not. B-Boy goes out there looking like Zombie of the Dead, looking like a walker doing a 6-step, gets up in a 90, falls down, crashes on his face, fractures his neck, breaks his back in 13 places, barely makes it back to the side, and everybody says, that was dope. Nope, that was scary. Whack. That's a word that's not used enough. Whack. Back then, certain words got you in trouble. Not trouble as in violence, no, but trouble. Oh, you're dope? Let me see. Let's battle. I'll share a story with you that actually happened. Back then, Jigs was, people, man, he's dope. They approached Jigs one night at the map. Man, you're dope. Jigs is like, thanks. You ever heard of bugging? I can't remember if Jigs said yes or no. He's like, bugging is dope too. Jigs is like, word? Tell him to come down here or tell him to go to Skateland next week. We gonna find out who's dope. Next week they battled. Jigs walked away with that battle, just in case y'all want to know. Jigs walked away with that battle. Buggin even said it himself. The point is, when you were dope, you had a target on your head. Now everything's dope. There's about 1 million targets. 1 million targets walking around. Because everything is dope. And nothing, and your homeboy, your crewmate, your clique partner, the person you train with, everybody alongside with, is not telling you productively, hey, let's train harder before you present it. Hey, let's focus more on the fundamentals. Let's focus more on the basics, on the origins, on the meaning behind every single step, movement that you're doing before you present it and showcase it. No, it's not getting said like that. Now everything's dope. Let me tell you how it was back then. If you was whack, you was whack. There was no holding, there was no filter in the language of when we talked. You were in that cipher, crashed on your head. People would start laughing at you. You got up. You're like, man, I just tried. Man, son, that was whack. Don't do that again. That stuff was whack. Now you crash on your head, as I stated, and you're dope. You're still dope. Don't worry about it. You're dope. Don't worry about it. You get destroyed in a battle back then. Man, the whole damn city let it be known that you got destroyed. Now that shit would happen on a Friday night at the map. By Saturday morning, everybody knew you got destroyed. Now, nobody's getting roasted no more. Hey man, good job, good job. Don't worry, you talked about me and everything. Super secret handshake. Talked about me, talked about my family, and I roasted you. Don't worry, you really didn't get roasted. Why? Because you're dope, and I'm dope. We're the dope brothers. Let's be dope together. Whack. Fool, shut up. Learn what you're saying. Stop giving easy props. There is no such thing as easy props. Stop giving them, because with you giving them all these easy props, you're messing up the culture. Don't like the culture? Get out of the culture. The culture was there before you, it was there with you, and it's going to be there after you. It's not going to change. You don't like it, leave. Simple. You know, this is not a question, but I want to ask you guys a question, and you guys can answer it by leaving a comment on my status or on YouTube. I don't care. But speaking in Kansas City, mind you, that's all I'm speaking about. But what if these newer generation dancers, what if y'all was then with the same mindset, with the same hunger, with the same mindset of being like, I don't care about the foundation. I don't care about the basics. I don't care about the origins. I don't care about culture. That same mindset. What if y'all were then? And everybody from then just started now with the same mindset. We care about the culture. We care about the origins, about the foundations, about the basics, the originality, the style. Not swag. No swag. No swag. No swag. No swag. Swag is nothing compared to style, baby. Understand that. Let me get back on topic. What if we were the now? How would them worlds collide? You answer it. Think about that. What if now dancers were then dancers, and then dancers were now dancers? How would then dancers be now if we were that now? Where does all these topics, how do they come alive in topic of respect? Respect is in all of them. What I said from the we had to earn respect when the B-boys was dominant, to gaining respect at the map, to earning the respect of your peers, crews, cliques, everybody. Understand this. If you do not earn the respect of your peers, why would you have the respect of your scene? If happiness, love, strength, God, whatever starts within, your crew, your peers, those that you are closest to, are your within. And everything else, the cliques, the everybody, is the outer. If you do not have the respect of your peers, you damn sure ain't got the respect from that outer and everybody else. Training. Respect the culture enough to learn the basics, the foundation, the origins. Respect those who came before you. Respect them enough to say, teach me what you've already learned. Teach me this path, because I know that path you took was hell. And I respect you enough to realize that. Respect. It might be a dying thing, but not to everybody. Not to everybody. Peace.